Hi, and welcome to the video. Today's little video is a vlog of me and my friends going into San Francisco and going to see the SF MOMA and getting dim sum. I've been wanting to get dim sum since the start of this school year, or this semester, just because I've haven't had it in forever, and I've always kind of been intimidated by dim sum restaurants, especially the big ones where they have people walking around with platters of food. And but yeah, we went to Hong Tea Room, which is one of the first Chinese food restaurants in Chinatown. So it's historic. But yeah, I realized I'd been there before, way back when I was in high school or something. But yeah, it's pretty iconic. Very good food, great staff. And then we went to see the MoMA. And it was interesting. I realized that I'm kind of spoiled because I studied abroad in the UK for a year, and I got to go to all these wonderful, famous museums, and I got to see all this amazing art. So I'm very spoiled in that effect, where any museum there, guaranteed at least one painting is gonna emotionally overwhelm you. But here, I also realized that I'm not that big of a fan of modern art. There's definitely modern art that I absolutely adore, but it's a lot of hit or miss, and I feel like there's just a lot of art that I wasn't necessarily interested in, and it's a lot of modern art is it's almost stops being about the painting and more about the material, especially the just canvases full of color. It's almost less about the color and what it's looking like and more about the material, because they have this, it's almost like they're sculpting with paint, and I think that's just kind of cool. But it's after walking around a room full of those types of paintings, you kind of get bored and there's not much difference in some ways. But there were definitely some works that were interesting. There was an exhibit, I forget what they're called, but art that's in a room instead of on a wall. That was really cool. It was called Melancholy Red, I think. And it was just a bunch of mirrors and window blinds hanging from the ceiling with fans, and it was red. It had red light, and then there was a drum set. And if you played on the drum set, white lights would flash. And so it was cool because everyone was encouraged to play it. So it was a way to engage with art, but it's also kind of funny because the drums are really loud. So when you first go onto that floor, you could hear the drums, and what exhibit is that? And then you finally get there and oh, this is cool, but the rest of the art experience, you're just hearing drums going off randomly, so that was kind of interesting. But yeah, what else to talk about the museum? I don't know, it was very nice. Yeah, it's the end of the semester, which is kind of weird. I actually filmed this video before finals, just before finals, and then I couldn't really do it because I couldn't really edit the video because I had to do my finals, and now my finals are done, and so I'm going through the video and finally editing it. So that's kind of interesting. I'm oh yeah, what exactly did we do a week ago? But yeah, it's kind of nice. I only have a semester left of college. If everything goes right, I still have GEs that need to be approved to be transferred, but that's kind of weird that I'm almost done, and a bunch of people that I graduated high school with are also graduating from college, and that's kind of weird, everyone growing up. But then there's also I went to a graduation event for my major. It was a major party, but then the only people who showed up were people who graduated besides me, and it was so interesting talking to all those people, because they all had so all of their stories of how they went through college was non-linear, and so it's kind of refreshing to hear from them, and understand that you don't really, if you're going to college for education, time doesn't really matter, but if you're going to education for the social aspect, it kind of does. But I think I'm really passionate about what I'm studying, and so it's gonna be good, however long it takes me. But yeah, so we had lots of fun. I hope you enjoyed this little itty bitty video, and I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.